Up, everybody? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of the Art and Legacy Podcast. I'm your host, Calvin Shepherd, and today is a very exciting day for me, and I'm just so honored to have my next guest, which is my godson. Don't tell him who you are.
My name's Jalil Carter. This is my goddad.
And so I'm excited because my guy and I are spearheading the legacy campaign for our family personally. And so we decided to come together and build this thing and see if we can create an empire for generations to come. So we starting off with a wholesaling venture. And not only that though, is that how we're kin, as in being related, we're kin in the legacy mindset. And I'm gonna let him speak on his journey into entrepreneurship and the things he learned.
On my journey, I learned about the $7 trillion foreign exchange market and how to wholesale property. And I'm gonna give you a rundown about the wholesaling. So wholesaling is basically where you will, let's say you see this property and you like it, you're interested in the property. It's a property that needs remodeling or something, or it's abandoned or something like that. And you tell the people, hey, I'm interested in your property. I want to buy your property. You get the property under contract. You never repair the property. You never put a dime in the property. You never purchase it or anything. What you're going to do is go ahead and find somebody who's willing to buy that contract from you for that property. So you'll be assigning that contract to someone else for a fee. Let's say the property is like $100K, but you can see from just pictures that it needs a lot of remodeling work, and you talk to the property owner and they're telling you the repairs and this and that, so you estimate repair costs, but you never give them an exact repair cost because you're not a contractor or anything like that. So you'll estimate that and you'll give them an offer. Let's say it's $100K and you see that it needs about $40,000 worth of repairs. You'll tell them, okay, I want to buy your house for $60,000. You agree on that, and you go ahead and you will find somebody who wants to buy that contract from you. Let's say $10,000. So you'll go ahead and assign that contract to somebody for $10,000. All in all, they'll be paying over $70,000. They'll be paying $70,000 for that property. That's how wholesaling works. And with this foreign exchange market, it's basically just trading currencies, trading, let's say, US dollar with euro. You'll be buying or selling. You'll buy a currency pair if you think that it's gonna go up. You think the market's gonna shoot up, you'll go ahead and buy it. But if you think the market's gonna go down and it's gonna do bad, you're gonna go ahead and sell that trade. You could profit two ways in trading. You could profit by buying, or you could profit by selling. You can profit good ways in there. There's good money there.
So, to recap a little bit, I was really intrigued on the whole selling aspect. So, essentially, what we're gonna do is basically, we're not worried about the property per se. We're just gonna sell the contract. That's essentially what it is. So, people, pay attention to this. So when you go and find this property, don't get caught up in selling the property. What you want to do is get the contract sold. That's where you come in and that's where you exit. So we are essentially the middleman, basically. So your real estate middleman. That's essentially what the wholesaler is. So we don't have to concern ourselves with trying to come up with the money to buy the house, to fix it up, or anything. Now later on down the line, we're gonna, of course, buy and hold, but this is to get your feet wet, to get your initial standpoint in and start earning and learning. So you're gonna learn as you earn. Then you'll be able to be around people who have more knowledge of the real estate game. So if you want to buy a property and hold on to it and then fix and flip or what have you, you'll be more knowledgeable then. But if you're like us, you're novice and you really want to learn, then this is the best way that I feel that we see
Okay.
that you should get into it. And the Forex, well, my son just broke down to me. The way you want to do this is you just essentially sit back and watch and see which currency is doing better. So the one that's doing good, would you say you should do something?
So let's say the currency pair is USD versus EUR, which would be the euro and US dollar. If the US dollar is doing good, you'll want to go ahead and buy because you know that the market's going to go ahead and shoot up. But if you know that it's the euro's doing better than the US dollar, you're not going to go ahead and buy that. You're going to go ahead and sell it because the market's going to end up shooting down. If you buy it, you're going to end up losing all your money because it's going to end up going down. So you always got to know the market and know what that pair is going to do. Don't just go in there trading without having knowledge and knowing what to exactly do. There's a lot of information to be found and a lot of resources to help you out in there.
Okay. So, key word. Did you hear what he said? Be knowledgeable. So, not saying that you be an expert, but read up on your endeavors. So don't just go in something blind because you heard somebody saying that you can make money. That's not how your legacy is gonna build. You're gonna wind up building one as someone who squandered money, and that's not where we're trying to go. The whole purpose is to building a sound legacy on a foundation of generational wealth. That's going to keep growing and keep going. But it was a term that you kept using, currency pair. Can you explain that?
The currency pairs are basically just the US dollar and Japanese yens. You got different type of currency pairs. You got the Japanese yen, you have the Great Britain pound, you have the Canadian dollar, and you have the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollars as well.
Okay.
There's a lot of currency pairs.
Okay, so the pair is basically what currencies you want to endeavor in, what you want to trade the US dollar for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's like coupling them together.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
Okay. So,
So like in a pair, you will always see a pair. It'll have Japanese yen, so it'll have JPY, and it'll have a slash, and it'll say EUR.
Okay.
So that's how the pairs will look. Or
Okay.
USD versus GPB, which is the US dollar versus the Great Britain pound.
okay. Take note of that. The different pairs is showing which currencies are being evaluated against each other.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
And we have there's a website where you can check the card and actually see which currency is doing better than which one. That will also help you out when you're going into trading those currency pairs.
Okay, so remember that. Research. Know what you're trying to get into. Because the more you know, the more you grow. I always say that. And so knowing your worth, make it worthwhile. Also, I wish we had got some pictures, but we were so focused on getting there and making sure we were at the right spot. We were fortunate enough to go and visit finally and set foot on our own land that our family owns. Tell them about how it felt when we just pulled up and really got out the car to step on our land.
To be honest, when we first got there, it was a little crazy. We couldn't find it. We didn't know where to look, where to go, and where to start. But it actually felt really good. Actually, when we actually mapped it out and actually got a chance to see it and just be there, it felt good. I already actually told a few people about it. Go there, ride some dirt bikes and quad stuff, and get it cracking over there.
Yeah.
It felt good. It felt good.
It was great, and I was blessed to have my godson with me. This is one of the heirs to the legacy. This is one of my whys right here. Remember, I told you, the purpose. It got to be bigger than you. Because if I was just doing it just for me, there's no telling probably what I can and will be content with per se, and then how far I go with this. because I can just, okay, well, I just got me a car, got me a house, I'm cool. But I'm thinking past that. This is one of my wives. I got nieces, nephews, I have brothers, sisters, I have a mother. And so the well-being of everybody else is what's important to me. It's how I was raised, and I thank God that never got took away from me. And so I hold on to that. And so to pull up with him, it's just something, you know. So there's a strategy behind it. So we got the land, and not only would I lease it out for events, people need event spacing. Come on through. LegacyBusiness26@gmail.com. LegacyBusiness26@gmail.com. If you're interested in hosting a venture, it's outdoorsy, off-road type. You can come do whatever. But aside of that, what we using the property for, we made it our first employee. So our land works for our family. And if you're looking for people on our YouTube channel, there's going to be the link in the description for you to go, and you can lease some sections of the land for storage. So in the course of that, not only is it something that I going to hold on for the rest of our family, whether it continues to be used as an employee or if we decide to settle there. Use every avenue you can to bring in a source of income. So that's what true entrepreneurship is about. You build things to bring in sources of income. Now, whether we hold on to it or not, if the value goes up and the family comes together, we decide to sell it, or if we decide to hold on to it, that's yet to be seen. But the most important thing is we have something that's ours, you know, and I'm just so grateful for that. And not only that, but on top of it, it's our first employee. So we have a piece of land, a property, an entity working for us as we sit back and continue to grow and learn and push forward. So I just wanted to also encounter for our people, go to the Art of Legacy podcast on the Anchor app. And for that listener support, if you feel you want to support the legacy movement, click the link below the episode and it will direct you as to what you need to do in order to support the channel. Not to mention, you can tell someone to tap in. If you fill in our message and it's starting to align with some values that you have, please do so and share the message. Also, for all value adders, LegacyBusiness26@gmail.com. Please tap in and let us know what value you have to offer and what endeavor that you're an expert in, or something you're knowledgeable about. Or if you're someone who wants to start a legacy and don't quite know how, tap in and let us know your scenario, your situation, and we can possibly get together and come up with a strategy for you.
Let us know.
And help you out. Our key is to, as we grow and learn, we bring someone with us. Each one teach one, each one reach one. And that's what this is really about. So any support we get is going to go to the helping and growing of the legacy movement. So there's going to be no charge for the services. It'll be all from the heart. Of course, we're going to have things that we do market and sell, of course. I'm an online marketer by trade, so I'm going to be promoting products and things of that nature, and they'll be dropped in the description link. And if you go and look up the channel, you'll see a few things there. But our main purpose and main goal is to stress the importance of building a legacy. I was just speaking with my godson before we even got started on, he had someone that he was networking with, and he thought the guy had as much drive and aspiration as him. But he said, you know, person wanted to be stagnant and on a standstill, so he wanted to broaden his horizon and get in a circle of people that's into making money and building a legacy.
If I can't build with you, I can't chill with you.
Huh. Say that again.
If I can't build with you, I ain't chilling with you. It's that.
And it's just that simple. Not to negate or take away from anything or anybody, because in the end, you could be a good person, but the moral of the story is to grow. I mean, you have to build your own legacy, or you're gonna waste. I don't want to say waste, but spend your life building someone else's. So that job you're going to, you're building the owner's legacy, your employer's legacy. And there's nothing wrong with getting started there, because bills do have to get paid, as I said. But understand that God built you with a purpose. You have one. Awaken it. Realize it. You can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. As cliche as all of that sound, it is the truth. 100%. You hold the keys. Drive where you want to go. And so, as I said, for any value adders or anyone seeking to build a legacy, legacybusiness26@gmail.com. legacybusiness26@gmail.com. For all our listeners on our podcast, I hope you wrote it down, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And those on the channel, it'll be in the link in the description after you like and subscribe and share. One love, y'all.
So, and then to the next one, there's plenty more coming. We out.
Believe that.